Alright, so I've reached 1,000 subscribers and I would not be able to reach that number without you guys. So as a way to give back to you, I'm going to be blowing out some speakers I have just laying around that are no use to me. I thank you guys so much for reaching this milestone, and let's just hope it can keep growing and growing and growing. And yeah, I've got this sub, the Philips speakers, and a speaker my friend donated. So anyway, here we go. Bang! First driver down. Let's move on to the next one. Wow, does that smell bad? And wow, is there a lot of smoke? Actually, let's have a quick look at this. Nice. Alright, let's go on to the second one. It smells absolutely horrible, and I'll dissect all the speakers and show you all the internals at the end of the video. This time I actually have my light on so you can actually see the speaker in better quality. But anyway, let's get on with one of the Philips speakers. I have two of these. I hate how they all bottom out. I'm just going to hold this cone down a bit. Give her a bit of power. Here we go. I can't deal with the sound of bottoming out. I have a brand new dog in the house, and I don't know how he's going to cope with the sound. So, oh my god, that is so loud. I'm going to turn that down. I'm actually going to try and change the song. Alright, so I now have hearing protection in. I've moved the position of the woofer, and I've locked the dog away so he's not going to be frightened by the sound of this. But anyway, I'm just going to blast this now, and I'm just going to get rid of this really quick. So I'm going to skip to the drop, and then what I'm going to do is just absolutely give this speaker everything so it only lasts a couple seconds. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for. Here we go. Easy done. There we go. Whoa, look at that. Look at the dust cap. You see all the smoke coming out of the... See the smoke coming out of the dust cap there? Whoa, that is really weird. I wonder if the next one will do that. Oh, let's skip on to the next one talking about that. Alright, so here we are with the second Philips speaker. Let's see how long this one lasts. That was it. No smoke, no nothing, just a whole heap of dust in the air. Kind of expected a little bit more from this one, but I believe that's actually it. That didn't last long at all. I bet you like a tinsel lead snapped. Nope, something inside must have broken off the woofer. As you can see, the tinsel leads are, of course, still connected. Not that I can get the lighting right to see in there for you. But they're still connected properly, so... oh well. I'll keep an eye on this one when I pull it apart, see if I can see anything that come disconnected. Let's move on to the very last speaker, which is quite an interesting one. This is one that my mate gave me. But we see this little thing here, it's out of an iPod dock. But here's the interesting thing. We notice the terminals on this side, and there's terminals on this side. This little woofer, this little full range speaker is actually a dual voice coil, which means I get two blowouts out of one little speaker. So let's skip on to voice coil number 1, and then we'll do coil number 2. Hopefully I can expect a little bit of a show out of this thing. A little bit more than this. Just made one really loud bang and did a whole lot of nothing. Alright, so just ignore the dB meter in the background. That thing is only there to hold the wires down because this woofer weighs that little that the wires are just pulling it off, because the wires are connected over there somewhere, and it's just enough weight in the middle just to pull this woofer straight off the cable, off the little bench I have here. So that's why there's a dB meter just there. I could probably switch it across and turn it on. There you go. You'll be able to see how many dB this thing's pushing out. This is a solid little massive woofer here. But anyway, let's just blast a little bit through the first coil and let's see how it goes. Hopefully there's some smoke. Oh, come on. When's the song drop? Here we go. Just gonna hold it. Well, that did not last very long at all. Anyway, let's jump onto the other coil and let's do the second blowout of the one speaker. It sounds really weird. I'm actually holding the wire on this one because the wire's just gonna fall off. So let's quickly blow out the second coil. I'm gonna take it slow. Hopefully I can get some more smoke out of it. Definitely getting more smoke. Nice, that was a lot more smoke than we got out of the first. Oh, wait, what? It came back? Whoa, wait, it's still... No, it's definitely gone now. Anyway, that coil smelled a lot worse than the other one. Oh, God. Anyway, that was the setup there. I had the Graffy up here. And we had obviously the speaker here, but as I was saying, I had the wire that comes over to here, to this terminal here, so I can adapt the banana plugs that plug into the back of my Dual 18s into bare wire so I can blow out speakers easily. But anyway, now what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to dissect each speaker and we'll see what damage was done inside. Oh, this has got one of those non-pop-inable dust caps where you push it in and it always comes back out. That's so cool. I always love these. Anyway, let's open up some of these speakers and let's see what damage was done. Alright, let's start with the first little speaker opening. We're going to open up this little thing here. It's probably going to be a little bit difficult for me because I'm sitting behind all the cameras and stuff. But let's just cut through the cone and hopefully I don't stab myself too many times during making this part of the video. If I do, well, it's actually got a really solid cone on it that will not rip. Come on. Maybe if I stab a hole through the dust cap and pop it off that way. This just looks like a disaster waiting to happen. Ah, here we go. Come on. Let's pull the coil out. Oh, I don't really want to have to cut all the way around the surround, but I'm going to have to. I'm just going to quickly do that and I'll be back in a split second. Alright, it's finally cut all up and I'm yet to look at the coils. Oh yeah. As expected. Sorry, as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted with a call, the coil is nice and black all the way around, or the coils I should say, because there are two coils in this little speaker here, while my camera is really struggling to pull focus on this. But anyway, now let's have a look at the Phillips that did nothing. Alright, so here's the Phillips that did nothing. As you can tell, it's still got the hole in the cone and it's got the dust cap that isn't pushed in, because I pushed the other one in the video. Let's, oh yeah, foam. Foam surrounds, nice. They last forever, said nobody ever. That rhymed? No, it was the same word. Anyway, let's have a look in this woofer here. And we'll cut in, oh, probably don't even need to. No, the glue is that brittle. See this? Pull the coil straight out. Yep, as I suspected, tinsel lead. What the hell? There's no tinsel lead here. Sorry, no tinsel lead there, and there's like the tiniest part. Where'd the tinsel lead just go? I'm so... Oh wait, no. I'm an absolute idiot. Do not worry. Obviously it goes like that. Yep, absolute idiot. But as I was expecting, pretty much no damage or any signs of wear to the coils. So I'd say somehow, somewhere, a wire must have snapped. And that's why that speaker stopped working. Anyway, let's have a look now at the Phillips that actually did something. Alright, so here's the Phillips that did something. You can see the mark here on the cone and the dust cap being pushed in. Nice and strong foam surrounds. I love them. I wonder how long these things would have been before they actually had got foam rot. One thing's for sure is they weren't getting used, and I had no use for them, and I probably won't ever. So, sorry for those who would have wanted them. I'd rather blow them out for a video. See, we can see here this glue just snaps. Let's have a look. This one, I'm expecting a little bit of damage to the coil. Yes, have a look at that. Coil is showing signs of separation. The top half here looks a lot more burnt than the bottom half. There's a black bit right there. Let's see if I can get that in the right lighting without blocking out my flash. Come on camera, pull focus. See that black bit there? But The bottom half of the coil's looking alright, but besides that, that was a pretty nice one. Now let's get on to what would have been probably the biggest blowout. Oh my god, those scissors were about an inch away from stabbing my foot. The Kenwood sub, which yes, is completely locked out, and I can't push it back in. Unlike some of my other subs where I've been able to push them back in when they lock out, this one is completely locked out, and there are actually marks around the cone around here where it's like stretched or whatever. Whoa, holy crap, can you see that pink? No, wait, get the right lighting. See that? That's like bright pink in there. The spider has torn all the way around the voice. I can't get the right lighting. The spider has torn all the way around the voice coil. Like the glue. See this? Hang on, let's get the lighting. This black line here is where the glue is supposed to glue on to the spider. But instead, there's about a half a centimeter, or however much I can press it down, of actual coil there. Anyway. Well, that's not the real coil, but let's cut into this one. I'm expecting this is going to be an absolute pain because of rubber surrounds. So I'm going to have to jab it and cut all the way around. So bear with me for a second. I might just quickly get around. These are some decent scissors right now. So I'm expecting if I just chop the tinsel leads, as I said before, the glue on the coil has come unstuck. I should just be able to, oh yeah, this is the kind of blowout I like to see. Have a look at that coil. That thing is looking absolutely toasted. Here's the pink I was telling you about that I could see before. Let me see if I can turn my flash down a bit. You might actually be able to get some more color in. Yeah, see how that's all pink? Yeah. Anyway, that's this speaker gone. Definitely gone. It was definitely one of the biggest smoke, or one of the bigger speaker blowouts I've had. Probably the Logitech and this tie for first. Let's push that dust cap in. Whoa, it feels like there's something under there. I might just quickly cut into that because I'm curious to know what's under here. It's probably not a good idea. Oh, look, that was definitely not a good idea. That could have just stabbed me. Oh, it's the coil. I'm an idiot. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If it was terrible video, then I'm sorry because I can't really see my phone because it's in front of my flash. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this speaker blowout, leave a like down below because it'll probably need the support because again, people get upset when I blow out speakers. And thank you guys very, very much for 1,000 subscribers. I'm actually at 1,100 now and the channel is growing so quickly. But I appreciate it all and I can't thank you enough. I hope you guys have enjoyed and I'll catch you in the next video.